Hello and welcome to your dose of realness. This is Marlene of Marlene Motivates, and you are going to be tuned into your dose of realness with this topic today: 8 reasons why a no is taking place in your life. I welcome you. Please like and share. And thank you so much to all my supporters and all my new subscribers. Welcome to the Motivators family. Let's get started with the Best Life Crew song. Welcome and share me out.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Hi, guys. It's Marlene, and I am the content creator for Marlene Motivates. Welcome to your dose of realness. I thank you so much for being here. And if it's your first time being tuned in to this channel, I would love if you would subscribe and become a part of the Motivators family. I go live every Sunday and every Thursday, and on Mondays, I put up a dose of positivity. So let's get started with this topic today. But before I do, let me welcome and see who is in the chat. So I see we have one of our members, Boss Life Online. Thank you so much for being here, Boss Life Online. I appreciate you. And please drop exclamation point member as members, a perk to have your link dropped in the chat. So, yes, guys, today we are going to be talking about 8 reasons why a no is taking place in your life. I'm very excited about this topic because I've never heard anybody cover it before. Never. So, this is my thoughts. I didn't get this information from anybody else. It was just something that I thought about and it came to me. So, sometimes we don't understand why either a person is saying no to us, a thing, or a circumstance, something we're going through in our lives. We don't understand why we keep getting no. We keep getting, as I guess you could say, the rejection. It's 8 reasons why, even more than 8 reasons. But today we're going to talk about 8 reasons why a no is taking place in your life. And it's very important to realize why a no is taking place in your life is very important. So we're going to first start off with the first one. Sometimes a no is taking place in your life because it's not the right person that is supposed to be in your life. And when I say not the right person that is supposed to be in your life, I mean it could be romantically, it could be a friend, it could be a family member, any person. You're getting no because that's not what you're supposed to have in your life. Sometimes we don't understand the reason why the no is taking place. And sometimes that no is happening because they are not the right person who is supposed to be in your life. Some people are seasonal people. Some people are just wrong for you, but sometimes we have to hit our head against the wall and realize it for ourselves. But that's a very big and major first point. I know it's taking place in your life because it's just not the right person. It's not the right person to get you to your next level in your life. And sometimes if you stop and you think about that, I wonder why I'm always getting the rejection. I'm wondering why this is not happening for me, X, Y, and Z. And you can't seem to move forward and progress in your life. Sometimes that's the reason why you can't move forward because it's not the right person for you to move forward to your next level. Think about that. Let that sink into your brain. Because if you are constantly trying to make something work and it's not supposed to work for you with that person, it won't happen. So that can be a reason why a no is taking place in your life. It's not the right person for you to get to your next level. So I would recommend to you guys, don't try to push and don't try to force people to be in your life, to stay in your life. because it's not the right person for you. It's not the right time period. Sometimes people come into our life at the wrong time. So I want to encourage you guys, please stop trying to force people to be your friend. Stop trying to force people to love you. Stop trying to force a job that's just not working. Sometimes some things are happening to us that know is taking place in our lives for us to be able to open our eyes, to become more aware of ourselves, to become more aware of our circumstances so that we can move in the right lane that we need to be in. Thank you, Boss Life. Yes, the 8 reasons. Yes, a good reason why it won't work. Yes, Boss Life Online. Hey, Rochelle, how are you? Good morning. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Dose of Realness. I hope you're doing great today. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I feel very strongly about this topic. I think when I was younger, when I was more inexperienced, I used to just allow people that were they're already telling you no by their actions. They don't want to support you, they don't care about you, they don't love you, and you're trying to force a relationship. And that's the first point. That's why a no is taking place in your life. You're trying to force a person who is not right for you, either romantically, either a friend, a family member, either a person is there for you or they're not. You can't make people do right. You can't make people do the right thing. You can't make people support you. You can't make people love you. And for so long, I was always trying to force people because I could not understand. I love them so strongly. Why don't they love me back the same way? And sometimes that's the reason why you're getting all the signals. They're not there for you. They don't ask you how you're doing. They don't care about you. They don't support you. They're mean to you, sometimes very cruel. And all the signs are showing up to tell you that no is taking place with that individual. But sometimes we don't want to accept that a person doesn't care for us. We don't want to accept that a person isn't right for us in our life. We want it to work, and sometimes we stay in that no stage. That person is showing all the signs. I don't care about you. I don't want to be with you. I don't love you. I'm not here for you. But we always try to force. To we're trying to force a person to love us, to try to force a person to understand us, and they don't, and they're telling you all of that. But we don't listen sometimes. Hey, Paula Benson, welcome. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Dose of Realness. Amen to that, Marlene. Sometimes a person is a yes for a brief moment. That person has help now, and it's time to move on. A guy in Atlanta helped me greatly, and he told me it is time for me to move on. Right. Yes, I agree with that, Paula. Sometimes people are seasonal people. They come in to teach us a lesson. They're there to support us, to get us from this level or to another one. And then that's it. So not everybody is meant to come in our lives to stay in our lives. Thank you so much for that comment, Paula. So that was point number one, guys. The first reason why a no is taking place in your life is because they may be the wrong person for you. And you don't have to keep knocking your head against the wall. You can't keep forcing yourself. And sometimes we feel that a person is going to change. How many of us are guilty of that? We feel that we can change another individual. I can make them love me. I can make them do right. I can make them do X, Y, and Z that I like. See, we can't make another person do something. We are not in control of the way a person acts. And while we wish we could get people to do exactly what we want, how we want them to do it, everybody is not right for us. Everybody, either their personality, either they're not a right fit for us. Some people are just come in our life for different reasons. Some people come in our life to heal. Some people come in our life to teach us. Some people come in our life to show us that they're not right, that it's time for us to move on. And we have to be aware of that. because when we are not aware of the people that come into our life and try to stay, and we don't say, okay, I don't think this person is right for me. Anything, when it comes to your business, when it comes to a family member, when it comes to a friend, they're just not fitting in line. Sometimes you just outgrow certain people, like when you come to a level where you know who you are, when you're believing in yourself. Sometimes we accept the wrong people in our lives because maybe your self-esteem is not good at the moment. Maybe you didn't feel like you could do better at the moment. But now, we're strong people. We are motivators. We're people who love ourselves, and we know our gifts and our talents and our blessings. We know our reach. We know our outlook. We know that we are somebody, and we know that we can excel and exceed. You know, once you know that you can go further, that you can get better, that you can do better, that's when you have to stop accepting the mundane. You don't have to accept something that isn't good for you. When something isn't good for you, it is not good for you. Don't try to force that. Yes. Thank you so much for welcoming her, Boss Life. Child, you cannot control or make them do nothing. They will only get worse and treat you bad. Yeah. And I believe sometimes, like Boss Life Online says, sometimes we feel that, I don't know, I feel like sometimes we think that we are so perfect that nobody, who would never love me, who would never care about me. We think those things, but you don't know what another person is going through. You don't know another person's circumstance, because some people act a certain way because of the things that they have been through, and that shaped their values and their actions. But if somebody is not treating you in the right way, it's something that's toxic. We need to acknowledge it and say, this is not healthy for me. It's time for me to step away and move on. And I'm only saying that because I know that you deserve better. A lot of times we accept people treating us harshly. We accept people treating us mean. We try to push people like a puzzle into a space in our life, a space in our heart, a space in our pocketbook that just doesn't fit. It's just not right. It's not meshing and blending well. So I want to make you actualize your potential and have this thought: I am better and I can do better than this. I don't have to accept the ordinary. Okay? Come on with me on this plane. Don't accept the ordinary, accept the extraordinary. Okay? We have to be in that zone, and we have to be there and ready to receive that. I understand that sometimes you're in a rough and hard place, maybe in a romantic relationship, maybe with family members, your kids, on a job. You're just not getting the love, the support. People are not seeing you and hearing you. Your vision is not happening for you, and you think, this is all I can get. And I'm here to raise your awareness, to elevate your mind, to elevate your heart, and let you know you don't have to accept, never accept the ordinary. Because when you accept those small things, you kind of crush and dim your light. Never dim your light. Put it in a corner, hide it. We have to actualize our potential, because the more that we believe in ourselves, we believe in our goals and where we need to be going, that's where you keep in line. And those are the people that you draw. So if you keep accepting wrong people, you keep accepting toxic people, you keep accepting all the things that are there, all the signals, all the bells are going off, all the whistles, and it's telling you this person is not good for me. Hey, natural healing and relaxation. Hi, Karen. And I think I saw somebody else come in. Hi, James Money. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Thursday. I hope you all are doing well. Yes, sometimes we feel that we just feel that we just have to accept it, and we feel sometimes that that's all we can take, right? We feel that's all we can handle. We have to accept this little pieces, these little crumbs, whatever somebody throws at us. We feel that that's all we have to take, and it's not true. You don't have to accept the little crumbs or things that's low down beneath you. When people talk down to you, no, don't accept that. See, when we have the thinking that I deserve the extraordinary, you're not going to settle. Never settle. Sometimes we settle for relationships. Sometimes we settle for friends. Oh, okay. Purple tube. I'll find out what's going on. Um, and we think that this is all we can take. See, we have to elevate our mind and think. We have to elevate our mind and think. I can do better. I am better and I deserve better, right? So that's the type of thinking. I want you guys to be on that plane and to have that thinking, that belief, that love in yourself, because we have to understand we have to be our first friend. You have to be your own first friend. And if you can't love and support yourself, who is going to, right? And that's very important. That's the reason why a no could be taking place in your life. Number one, because it's not the right person to be in your life. Okay. Let's move on to point number two. The second reason why a no is taking place in your life. It's not the right season. It's not the right season. See, some things in our life, it just happens to us because maybe it's just not our time. And sometimes we want to speed up the pace. It's only natural. It's only part of being a human being. We're naturally impatient people. You know, we want things to happen now, 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 the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, right? Yeah. I know I'm the same way. I always want to force, I always want to rush things and say, I'm ready for this to happen. But sometimes we feel that we're ready, but we really aren't. So it may not be the right season for us to get what we want, no matter what it is. It's very important to understand when is your season, when it is your time to shine. And sometimes it's not our time to shine because you don't have all the tools. Maybe you have not met the right people. Maybe your finances isn't right. We have to check on all those things. Sometimes we get downhearted, we get discouraged because we feel that nobody cares about us, nobody supports me, nobody understands me. And it's not true. We can't take everything that's happening to us and through us personally. Everything is not personal. Everything is not personal. I know that that will get some people in their feelings. I learned that when I was going through therapy. I used to think everything that was happening to me, I thought it was a personal attack. And everything is not a personal attack to us. Some things is just happening to you because it's not your season. It's not your time period for you to excel. Maybe this is your time for fixing. Maybe this is your season for you to be healing, for you to be able to be working on yourself. See, when it's the right season, you're not going to guess. When it's right and it's going to happen. It's not the right season. You just have to be patient and you're not ready for God, what God has for you. Yes, sometimes we're just not ready. We're just not ready. We feel that we're ready. We will say that we're ready, but we really aren't. So sometimes it's not your right season. Hi, Angela. Good morning. It's good to see you. Let's see. I just missed our comment. So true. You cannot treat what happens as a personal attack directed just to you. Yeah. I went through that so much. I don't know if it was my upbringing or it's my personality, but sometimes I always used to think that it was a personal attack. Why? And I would always say, why is this happening to me? Like I was the only person in this world. And then I had to humble myself. I had to gain some maturity, some wisdom that sometimes some things happen to us because it's just life. It's just your situation, it's just your circumstances. Everybody goes through hard and rough times, but we have to understand that that's just how life is sometimes, and it's hard and it's difficult. Don't get me wrong, it's not easy to say it's not your season. It's not easy. Who wants to accept that it's not your time? We all want it when we want it. But during the meantime, work on your inside, work on your heart, work on your forgiveness, work on your light, work on generating trust and respect in yourself. I feel that that's highly important when you work on your foundation. I talk about this all the time. When your foundation is strong, there's nothing that you can't do in your life. There's nothing that you can't do. There's nothing that comes to your mind that you don't feel that you can excel in. See, when we fix our mind and we fix our heart to be ready, to be ready, not to think we're ready, but when we know when something comes to us, an idea, see, before, the old you that may have drugged your feet, may have procrastinated, you don't have that now. See, when it's your season, when things are right, things just fall in line. You know who you are, you believe in yourself, you respect yourself, you go after what you want, you don't stop, you don't look at what other people are doing, you're not doing any of those things, you're just walking in line with your purpose. So sometimes that's why a no is taking place in your life. It's not the right season for you, it's not time for you to actualize your potential at that moment. Not that your potential is any less, it's not less, it's just not your season to harvest, it's not your season to blossom. But we can always work on ourselves, we can always become better at whatever it is that we do. Whatever you do, work on it, know it, believe in it. So when your season, when your time is here and you know this is my time, this is my season, that's when you can put your foot on the gas. Okay, we have to know when it is time to put on the brakes and stop, and when it is time for us to go forward. That's part of maturity, that's part of wisdom. We have to know when it is our time and then go after it. Go after it like we're on fire. My therapist used to say, when I asked, why me? She would say, why not you? I would be so mad because I didn't understand life happens. Yes, I understand that, Boss Life Online. Sometimes I feel that way too. I feel like when something is happening in our life that maybe is something that you don't want, maybe it's something that you aren't looking forward to, maybe it's a disappointment. But we have to understand that everything that happens to us, like I said, is not personal. Some things is there to teach us, to heal us, to support us, for us to be able to make our own foundation stronger. Yeah, that's so important. Thank you for that comment, Boss Life. BJ's Good News. Hi, good morning. Welcome. So good to see you. I hope you're having a great Thursday so far. Join in on this discussion. Yes, yes, guys. Welcome, BJ's Good News in. Okay, so we're going on to point number 3, guys. So this is the third reason why a no is taking place in your life. The third reason is it's not the right reason. What do I mean it's not the right reason? Sometimes we think we know the reason why we do things and we don't. See, we have to understand, what is your why? Why are you doing what you are doing? See, we have to understand our reason has to be clear. It has to be clear, understandable, and attainable. I talk about those 3 things all the time: clear, understandable, and attainable. See, sometimes we have a goal, but it's not realistic. It's not realistic. You're saying things that you know is not in your lane. You know it's not something that you're good at. It's not being mean. It's just being real. There are some things that it's just not our lane. It's just not where we thrive and where we need to live and stay and grow in. We sometimes feel that we can do everything. But if you look and focus on what you're good at, what is it that you do? What gives you fire? What makes you feel good? What makes you feel strong? What brings joy to your heart? Think about that. Work on that and turn up that fire. Learn how to do the best at that. See, when we know who we are, like on the last step, when we talk about the right season, when we are taking our time to build our heart, when we're taking our time to build our mind and believing in ourselves and respecting in ourselves, and we know that we are very good at it. Now, when it's the right time, so now you're in your season, but after you know it's your season, you got to know what is your reason? What is your why? What is your purpose for being here? Every single person, your reason is different. Each and every one of us has different gifts. Each and every one of us has different talents, but we have to know what is your why? What gets you up in the morning? What makes you feel good? What brings joy to your heart? Now do that. Learn to do it your own way. Put your own spin on it. See, that's how we can live in a space where we thrive and we feel good because we are turning up our own light. See, the more that we know ourselves, the more that we love ourselves, the more that we keep trying and working and reworking and twerking our purpose and making it very good. That's how you can know your why. It's not hard to find your why. It's not hard to find it. But when you find it, turn up that fire. See, a lot of times we sometimes know our potential, but because of fear, we push it down. We think, oh, I don't think I'm very good at that. Oh, I don't I don't I don't think my family will like that, or I don't think my family will support that. See, when you know your why, it does not matter who supports you. It does not matter who believes in you. See, that's why the last step was so important about being the right season, because when you are building your foundation for your future, you already have that. You already know where you're going, you already know what you're doing. So now, when you're to the point where you're thinking about your reason for thriving, your reason for success, now you can move forward because your why has to be strong, right? Your why has to be strong. Hi, Fly by G Money. Welcome. Happy Thursday. Hope you're doing great. It's so good to see you. I hope you're well and your family. Join in on this discussion. Yes, your reason has to be right. We sometimes are not thriving and we sometimes are not successful because we don't allow ourselves to believe in ourselves. We don't allow ourselves to thrive. We don't allow ourselves to succeed because sometimes we're listening to the white noise on the outside. We're listening to what somebody else says when other people may say mean things to us and tell us that we can't do things. They'll tell us that we can never do that. No, they could never do that. Sometimes people want to tell us that they can't do that we can't do something because they don't know how, because it's not their lane, because they don't understand. But don't take that inwardly and take it inside of you. And like I said earlier, look at it as a personal attack. It's not a personal attack. See, we have to understand and know who we are. When our foundation is strong and we know what we're doing, we know where we're going, we know who we are, we love ourselves, now we can go to the next step. So, the next point of this 8 reasons, number 4, the fourth reason why a no is taking place in your life is because a protection is taking place, right? So, sometimes we do things, but we don't think about it all the way down the road, right? We don't think about things all the way through. We just jump into things with both feet. So we have to understand, we have to plan, we have to see things as the road ahead. But sometimes we have to understand that sometimes some things are being said no to us because we're being protected from something, or our heart is being protected. Sometimes from physical harm, we're being protected. Sometimes spiritually, we're being protected. So we have to understand that sometimes The reason why things aren't working out for you in your life and a no is taking place because you're being protected from something. You got to think about that sometimes. It's not because it's not for you, it's not because it's not right for you, but it's because a protection is taking place. So we don't understand sometimes why things aren't working out. But a protection could be taking place, protecting you from having your heart broken, protecting you physically, protecting you financially. And we have to look and pay attention to our circumstances. We have to look and pay attention to the people who are in our life. Are they people who are toxic to us? Or are they people that are supportive, loving, encouraging, motivating to us? We have to identify that because not everybody who is in our life is good for us. We sometimes accept the wrong people in our lives. Why? Because we think that's all we deserve. We think we have to. And another wrong thing is we think sometimes because people are our family, we have to accept the wrongs that they do. And we don't. Just because a person is related to us by blood, it does not mean that they can stump over our heart, say whatever it is that they want to say. No, that's not how it works. That's not what mature people, wise people do. It does not matter if people are related to you by blood, if they are harming you physically, financially, emotionally, verbal assaults, all of that. So we have to look at really, does is this really good for me? So sometimes that's the reason why a protection is taking place in your life, because you may not understand that the spirit forces, the Holy Spirit, as I like to call it, is protecting you from certain things. It doesn't want you to be around certain dangers. It doesn't want you to be around certain people who are going to drag you down, who are going to, as I would say, bring you down a rabbit hole of something that's wrong for you. That's why it's important for us to pray for the right people to be in our life. And the people who aren't, say, remove them, please, from my presence. We have to understand that and walk in that. Hey, Eunice, good morning. It's so good to see you. Happy Thursday. Welcome to your dose of realness. Join in on this discussion. Yes, we have to understand that sometimes we're being protected from wrong things. And I know for myself, sometimes when things aren't working out, sometimes I try to go around it and say, I don't know how this is, why this isn't working out for me. And I try to force this to happen. But sometimes I got to understand that I'm being protected from something. It may not be the right person. It may not be the right season. It may not be the right reason for me. And also, I could be protected from something that's going to harm me in my future, harm me in my present. So we have to understand that we're being protected from certain things. So be careful on trying to force when a no is taking place in your life. Pay attention. Okay. So let's go into point number 5. The fifth reason why a no is taking place in your life is it's not in line with your purpose, right? So we each and every one of us, we each have a purpose, right? You have a purpose. I have a purpose. But some things that we may think is in line with our purpose and right for us, and it's not. So sometimes that's the reason why it's not working out. Because I have been through this many times. I'm trying to force things to work. I'm trying to force things to happen. I'm trying to force people to stay in my life. But it is not in line with your purpose, what you need to be doing, where you need to be going, all of those things. And that's important for us to realize. When you know your purpose, when you know your gifts, why should anything other than blessings happen to you? Why should anything other than, a thriving spirit for something to happen or someone to be in our life that is going to break us down emotionally, that's going to verbally assault us, that's not going to be kind to us, that's not in line to where we need to be going? So sometimes that's why our a no is taking place in our life because it's not in line with the purpose, what you need to be doing. See, oftentimes we get ourselves busy in things and we're wearing ourselves out, right? We're wearing ourselves out and we're doing all of these things. But like I like to say, just because we're busy doing things, it doesn't mean we're busy doing the things that we need to do. We can be busy wasting a lot of time. We could be busy being around people who are not good for us. So we have to understand, pay attention, pray, and realize and actualize that sometimes this is not in line with my purpose. This is not in line with what I need to be doing. And it's not easy, but it can be done. Rework and be doing and busy in things that is your purpose, that is in line with what you need to be doing in your life. See, sometimes we get busy in doing things and we're there and we're supporting other people, but we're not putting and fueling our own dreams. See, we sometimes we put all of our space and our energy into children. We put all our space into whoever you're in a romantic relationship with. You put all your time and your space and your energy into a job that you know is a dead end job that is going nowhere, or you put your time into a friend that is not really a friend, that somebody who's using us. So sometimes that's why I know it's taking place in your life, is because that person, that thing that you're doing, or certain obstacles that you have in your life, it's not in line with your purpose. See, we have to learn to shift and refocus on what we need to be doing. Hey, Mary. Good morning. Welcome to your dose of realness. Happy Thursday to you. I hope you're doing great. It's so good to see you and join in on the discussion. See, sometimes we may feel that that certain people really do care about us, but do they really? Do the people, if you made a list of all the people that were in your life, right? And you put pros and cons, so for or against. Is this person there for me? Is this supporting me? Is this helping me to get to where I'm going? And you would be surprised a lot of times when you're not in line with your purpose, you have more cons than you have pros. So that's why it's important for us to rethink, realign, and get things right back to where we need to be. Since that's sometimes why a no is taking place in our life, because we're not in line with our purpose. And when your purpose doesn't align with your potential, of course you're going to be disturbed. You're going to be distressed. You're going to be disheartened. You're going to feel sad because you're not doing what you should be doing. See, we get busy in doing things sometimes and we're only thinking about the finances. I need to be working. I need to be doing this to make money, right? But is it really what you want to do? Is it something that you enjoy? See, we can always make excuses, right? And say, we have to do it because of this. I have to do it because it's convenient. Because I've been doing this for so many years. We get comfortable in doing something for a while, or staying in a relationship with somebody that we know is not good for us. But we said, oh, we've been together for a long time. But the relationship isn't going anywhere. That relationship is not feeding and nourishing your spirit. Or a friend that we know is using us or is unkind to us or has backstabbed us, and we keep allowing things. See, we have to pay attention to all those things, because that's the reason why I know it's taking place in your life. A yes can't happen until you understand and see, this is a no. This is not good for me. This is not right for me. And you can't move ahead in your life when you're not aligning in your purpose. Yes, we have to stay aligned in our purpose. And I feel like that's so important. And so many of us will say, yeah, I know I'm not doing what I need to be doing. And then we just give up right there. We give up before we even start, right? So, my encouragement to everybody is to not give up. I think that that's so highly important. Hey, good morning. It's so good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great Thursday. Welcome to your dose of realness, and feel free to join in on this discussion. I feel like sometimes, not that I don't believe and believe in myself and love myself and respect myself, but I feel like sometimes I get so comfortable. That's a major issue for me. I get comfortable because I've been doing something for a long time, or eating a certain way, and we feel that this is the only way I know, or a relationship, it's comfortable and it's safe. But if your purpose is for you to blast off, for you to take off, and you keep accepting the ordinary, how can you bring in the extraordinary where when you're not walking in line with your purpose, when you don't believe in yourself, when you don't love yourself, when you're not stepping outside of fear and standing in your personal truth? See, we have to learn to stand in our personal truth, say who we are, speak it out loud, believe in ourselves. We have to act like we know we are somebody. We know a lot of times, I love myself. Yeah, I can do things for myself. I'm very smart. I'm very good at this. But then you don't go any further. We have to learn to actualize what we're really good at, not just saying we're good at something, but doing it and being what we are. See, that's why I know can be taking place. Sometimes we have to learn to build up our own self esteem. We have to build up our respect for ourselves. We have to remove the toxicity out of our life, the toxic people, the dangers. We have to work on managing our money the right way, bringing in the right people in our life, you know, working on having good, positive thinking. All of those things is going to help us for more yeses, because that's what we want. Don't you want more yeses to happen for you? And to do that, we have to remove the things that is harmful, the things that is toxic, the people who are toxic, and things that is just not right for us. And we sometimes know it. You can feel it in your heart, but you keep accepting and you keep making excuses and saying, oh, I've been doing this for a long time, or this is the way that I've always eaten, or, just another dessert. That's not going to do anything for me. Or they'll call me back, or they'll treat me right one day. See, that's accepting wrong behaviors. That's accepting that things is not harmful for us. So how can yeses take place in our life when we're not paying attention to the nose? Pay attention. Put your eyes on things and say, nope, that got to go. That has to go. That has to go. That has to go. The more when you remove all of those things, see, all the yeses can line up because you've done the hard work. A lot of times we don't want to do the hard work. We want to just accept and say, oh, eh, I'll just, since everybody else is doing this, I'll do it too. See, you're just you're just following the crowd. You have to learn to break ground and be a leader, be a boss. I always thrive, glow up. You know, it's that's what wisdom is not only knowing that we can do something, but then putting in the hard work and the actions behind it to make it happen. It's all about the follow through. We have to follow through and not just say who we are. We have to show it. So are you showing that you want a yes to take place in your life? All of it is up to us. You can love yourself, know yourself, get rid of the wrong people, all of that stuff. But if you don't believe that you can do something, you got to believe in yourself. And say, I can do this and I'm going to do it. And start small, small, attainable, achievable goals. Small, achievable, attainable goals. And the next thing you know, you've achieved 10, 20, 30 goals. See, it's all about the follow through. That's usually the problem with most people. They don't follow through in doing what they need to do, right? They just talk, oh, yeah, I'm going to lose 20, 30 pounds. Oh, yeah, I know I don't need to be eating that. Or, oh, I know I shouldn't be wasting my money on that. Knowing that you really have something that you want to do, you have something you want to buy, you have something a goal you want to achieve, a certain amount of money you want to save, you want to do some traveling, whatever it is that is your thing, that's your zhuzh, turn up that fire. Whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it, but you got to believe in it. It starts here, up here in your mind. You have to know you can do it. I'm able, I'm capable, I'm thriving, I'm successful. Take that on. I always say put it on like it's some clothing. Put it on every single day. I have to remind myself. Forget about yesterday, all the things that you didn't do yesterday. Forgive yourself, heal from it, and say, today is a new day. And today I'm going to actualize my potential. Today I'm going to work on my craft and my gift and my blessings. And I'm going to turn up my fire and I'm going to love more than anybody has ever loved me. I'm going to love myself more. I'm going to actualize my potential. I'm going to turn off my light. I'm going to glow. I'm going to shine. I'm going to take off. We got to first say that. Okay, now that I know my gift, now that I know my talent, now that I know where I'm going, now what am I going to do about it? See, that's when you put your foot on the gas. That's when you're right in line and you're ready. So let's go to point number 6. This is the 6th reason why you need, I know it's taking place in your life. You need to learn something. See, sometimes there's a lesson. You have to learn this lesson so that you can be able to receive your yes. There's something you need to learn. It could be courage. It could be you need to uh, know your strength. Know that how strong you are. You have to know and believe in yourself. Or maybe you need to learn some gratitude. Maybe you need to learn to forgive. Maybe you need to focus on your peace of mind. There's always something that you need to learn so that you can go to your next level. Sometimes that's the reason why you don't get to your next level, is because you have not learned a lesson from the past. Sometimes we keep beating ourselves against the wall. We keep hitting ourselves against the wall, right? And it's not going to change if we don't change it. We have to change it. I'm working on taking responsibility and accountability in regards to the progress or lack thereof in my life in certain areas. Good for you, Eunice. We have to be accountable for ourselves, and your accountability is not mine. Everybody has different things and little nuances and things that is about them. So don't worry about what somebody else is doing. You got to be accountable for your own self and go after it. And that's how you can thrive and succeed, and more yeses can take place in your life. Yes, Angela, stand for what you believe in. Exactly. Okay, let's see what other comments. Oh, that's right. Yes, Nancy, we do get started and then get distracted, but we can always get back on track. See, and that's why it's important to not just say, I'm going to get back on track, but we have to learn to forgive ourselves, because whether we realize it or not, when we don't do things, we beat ourselves up and say, oh man, I should have done that. And you get a little discouraged. So don't allow yourself to stay in that negative space. Say, okay, I know I should have done that and I didn't, but I forgive myself. I forgive you. Now get back on track. Now get focused. That's how more yeses can take place. It's the longer that you take to forgive yourself, the longer that you allow yourself to heal from your nose, is the more yeses that you can get. See, sometimes people don't get over the pain. They don't get over the hurt. They don't get over their circumstances. They feel and they just accept and receive the no. See, but the more you learn the peace and healing and forgiveness, now you can get yeses because you've done the hard work. And it is hard work. Yes, you do. You have to stay focused. Amen. Yes, we never stop learning, ever. Never, ever stop learning. Okay. I think I got all the comments. Okay. So this is point number 7. The 7th reason why a healing. The 7th reason why a no is taking place in your life is because better is coming. Come on, somebody say that with me. Better is coming. See, a no is taking place in your life because maybe you're in a time period in your life and just things aren't lining up. And You're trying to accept something less than what you deserve because you deserve better. See, we sometimes accept and just say, oh, and we settle for the little things, the dust, the garbage, the rubbish, when you deserve blessings, when you deserve a better person, a better friend, better in our finances. But we accept, oh, and we keep speaking out of our mouth things that's not good, like, I don't have the money. Never speak that out of your mouth, because the things that you speak about is the things that you think. So as you speak, it is what you become. It's what you actualize in your life. So don't say you're poor. Always say, I will have the money. I'm going to have the money, but never say I'm poor. Never say I don't have. See, because that's what you're already saying it. You already say I don't have it. You already are saying it. So you have to be careful the words that we speak out of our mouth. And we have to speak it out loud. Better is coming. Better is coming for me. Okay? Because you deserve better. And we have to understand, stop settling. Don't settle. You don't need to settle. You don't deserve to settle. Okay? Never settle. We settle sometimes because that's when you have to go back, and maybe it is part of your inner child, some things that you dealt with in the past, traumatic situations, traumatic people, all of that. That can sometimes get have a no taking place in our life because we haven't healed from that. But we have to understand, better is coming, and I speak it out loud. Better is coming for me. Better is coming for you. But we have to understand that we deserve better. And that's why I know is taking place in your life, because you got to stop allowing for the small things. When if you accept and receive, better things are out there for me. See, we have to widen our thinking. You got to widen your outlook. And then you can be able to receive more yeses, because you're not just accepting whatever you're given. You say, better. I want better. I want better. And I'm going to do better. And I'm going to put in the hard work. And I'm going to forgive. And I'm going to heal. And I'm going to only bring in people in my life who are positive and support me and love me and encourage me and nourish my mind and my spirit. See, the more that we do, more and better can come to us. And then a yes can take place. Yes, yes, yes. We want yeses to happen. We want good to happen to us. But we have to also put in the hard work and not settle. Okay. So, guys, this is point number 8, the last point. The 8th reason why I know it's taking place in your life is because you need to focus on yourself. Okay. You need to focus on yourself. Are you hearing me when I say that? We sometimes give too much energy, time, and power to people who don't care to support us, that don't care to love us, that don't care about what we need, what we have going on, that don't help us to focus on our health or our sleep. They only want you to be there for them. But are you being there for yourself? So sometimes I know it's taking place in your life because you have to learn when to say no. We say no to other people so we can say yes to ourselves. If you are always giving 100% of yourself to other people, how can you go on? You can't live and be empty. You can't be an empty battery, an empty shell, an empty vessel. If your spirit is weak and low, how can you thrive and succeed? So we have to learn. Sometimes that's the reason why I know it's taking place in your life, because you need to learn balance. Everything is about balance, balance, balance. Sometimes you need to get your rest. Sometimes you need to cut down your hours, maybe at work. Maybe sometimes you need to say no to things that is not good for your spirit. It doesn't make you feel good. Or people who you're taking phone calls from people and they're negative. See, we have to learn that no sometimes is happening in our life because we're not saying yes to ourselves. Know that you deserve better. Know that and receive it. Speak it out loud. I deserve better, and because I deserve better, I'm not going to accept the foolishness. I don't want to hear about the drama. See, that's a person who loves themselves and knows themselves, and they know their worth, and they know where they're going, right? You have to know where you're going. You have to know who you are. Okay. So we got to understand you need to focus on yourself more. We can always love ourselves more. The more that we love ourselves is the more that yeses can come to us. Because if you feel weak, if you feel drained, if you're not getting enough sleep, you're going to be snapping at people. You're going to let opportunities pass right by you because you're too tired, because you're too weak to be able to see it. You can't grab after things when you feel weak, when you feel drained, when you feel discouraged, when you haven't healed, when you haven't allowed peace to take place in our lives. See, we have to fix our own self first. When you fix yourself, good can come to you. It's the more you can radiate, the more that you can raise your elevation, the more that you can shine your light, the more you take care of yourself is the more things that are going to be drawn to us. And it's going to be the good things because you put in the hard work already. You've healed, you've forgiven, you love yourself, you make good decisions, you take care of your health, you say no to things that is not going to help you to shine your light. See, all of those things, this has been the 8 reasons why I know is taking place in your life. Let me go through it one more time. So number 1, it's not the right person. Number 2, it's not the right season. Number 3, it's not the right reason. Number 4, a protection is taking place in your life. Number 5, it's not in line with your purpose. Number 6, you need to learn something first, a lesson, courage, fortitude, gratitude, etc. Number 7, better is coming. Better is coming for you, okay? But you have to actualize your potential. And we have to know that we deserve better, and you have to know that I am going to stop settling. I'm going to stop settling for the weak-minded things. We sometimes accept things that are weak-minded because we think that's what everybody else does. Don't settle. Don't compare. Walk in your lane and be yourself, okay? And the last point is you need to focus on yourself more. We sometimes don't give ourselves the room to grow. How can you grow and thrive and receive more blessings if you can't already accept the ones that you have? We have to be able to accept what we have. We have to walk in a spirit of gratitude. We got to keep loving ourselves, heal and forgive, and bring on peace to ourselves. And that's how we can start getting yeses because we feel good, because we're fulfilled. We've said no to things that don't make us feel good, right? So that has been the 8 reasons why a no has taken place in our life. And I wanted to come to you guys with this topic because I feel that it's so important for us to be able to think about these things. Don't just say, nothing is happening to me in my life. But what have we done? We have to take accountability for ourselves. We have to say, okay, have I slowed down in what I used to do when I was doing better, when I was thriving? It's all up to us. It's about mind power. It's about loving ourselves. It's mind shifting. You may not be able to shift your circumstance, but you can always shift this, what you think, what you believe, and then put it into action. The more that we are put in the action, we put in the hard work, we let go, we're staying in our lane, we're actualizing our potential, you're shifting your gears upward. See, when you are staying in the past and all of that settling and staying in the drama with other people, how can yeses take place for us when everything, all the signals are going off that says no? So we have to learn to put in the hard work, love ourselves, do everything that we need to do. I believe in you guys, and I want you to keep believing in yourself, even when it's hard, even when it's difficult, even if when other people don't see you, your hopes, they don't even see you. They think that you will never be able to do it, but you believe it about yourself. Say it out loud. I am somebody. I am going somewhere. Better is coming for me. Keep loving yourself and a yes will take place in your life and not a no. I am Marlene. I am the content creator for Marlene Motivates. And on this channel, I talk about positive, motivating, and encouraging videos. And on Sundays and Thursdays, I go live. I thank you so much for being here. And I welcome to all my new subscribers of the channel. Welcome to the Motivators family. I welcome you here. And for everybody who is watching on the replay, thank you so much, Replay Gang. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. I would love to hear how you are actualizing your potential so that a yes can take place in your life. Yes, I believe in all of you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody who is here, and thank you for everybody who watches me on the replay. And next up is Boss Life Online, and she's going to be talking about understanding the 4 personality types. I thank you so much for watching. And like I say every single video, story time. Just know it. Just breathe it and be it and live your best life. Let's head on over to Boss Life Online. The link is in the chat right now. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, guys.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself.